Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how I do my dip nails at home. I use the Kiara Sky brand. There are so many different ones out there, but this is just the one that I prefer. I ordered my set off of Amazon and it came with the 4 bottles, and then I ordered the brush saver separately, but I believe they do have the set all together. I use this base and finishing powder. It is from the Dip Well brand. And you could use your color of choice. I went with this Kiara Sky D492, only natural. And this is my setup. I like to either put a paper towel or just like a clean towel to collect all of the dust, and I set everything up in front of me just so I have everything next to me. So before this, I did take off my previous dip set, so I'm just showing you what my nails look like. It did take me a little while to grow them out, but they're getting there. I'm going to start off by pushing back my cuticles on all of my nails, and then I'm going to just kind of clip the excess off. Then you're going to want to take the shine off of your nails, so I'm just using like a medium grade filer and just kind of filing the top of my nails, getting rid of the shine. This way the powder will stick to my nail. Then I'm going to start off with the first step. This is the bond, and I'm going to apply this to all of my nails. Then moving on with step number 2, this is the base. This is basically kind of like the glue that you apply before dipping it into the powder. I'm going to start off with the base and finish powder. I feel like this is kind of optional, but I've noticed for myself when I do use this, I feel like the dip lasts a little bit longer on my nail. I am only going to apply this halfway up my nail, so I will show you here in a minute, but I don't go all the way up. I just basically do it halfway and down, and it adds an extra layer. And because these are my own nails, they're not really thick and strong, and it just helps keep them a little bit stronger and hardens it. As soon as I apply the base, I dip it in. So I do one nail at a time because it does dry pretty quick. So I will dip it in and just kind of shake off the excess. Once I am done with all of them and have given them a couple seconds to dry, I will lightly use this brush and brush off the excess. This way they don't turn out too thick. Now it is time to go in with my color, and this time with the color I'm going to apply it on my entire nail. So same thing, I'm going to use the step number 2, this base, apply a thin coat on my nail, and dip it in, shake off the excess, and do one nail at a time. And again, I'm just going to go through with the brush and brush off the excess. And you can repeat this step as many times as you would like. I usually do like 2 or 3 coats of the color. Again, depends on your color. If you're doing a darker color, sometimes you don't have to do that many. But again, just going through the same step, applying a thin layer, dipping it in, and brushing off the excess. And you want to be careful when you are applying this base coat. Try not to get it on your skin, because wherever you apply it, that's where the powder will adhere. So if you get it on your skin, it comes out a little bit chunky. I mean, no big deal if you do, you could always file it off, but try to be careful with this step. After I'm done with my color, I will go back in with this base and finish powder and apply a thin coat to all of my nails just to kind of close up, and basically what it says it is, a finishing powder. Then I'm going to go in with my step 3, and this is a sealer. And again, going to apply this all over the nail. And you don't have to be really careful with this because it's not really like a glue. It's just going to seal everything and harden it up. After I'm done applying it, I'm going to wait a minute or 2 and just kind of let it dry and harden. And this is when you can go in and start filing. So I have this lovely file I got off Amazon. I will link it down below. It takes a little bit of practice. It's not always perfect, and I'm not perfect, but it does help with around the edges and just kind of clean up the excess powder. And I will usually go on top of my nail too and just kind of even it out. Sometimes, especially the first few times I've tried to do it, my nails did come out a little bit chunky, so you can file some of that down to make it a little bit thinner and more even. I also like to go around the edges and just shape my nails. Then I will go in with this medium coarse buffer, and again it kind of evens it all out so it's nice and smooth. And you can tell if you feel from the beginning towards the end after you're done buffing what a difference it'll make. It'll make it all nice and smooth and it won't be bumpy anymore. After I'm done buffing and shaping my nails, I will wash them with just water, no soap, and dry them with a lint-free towel. Make sure they're really nice and dry. And this is the time I'll usually fold over my paper towel or change it, this way there's no dust. And go in one more time with this step 3, the Seal and Protect, and apply it all over the nails. Then I will leave that to dry for a few minutes as well. You want to make sure it dries before applying step number 4. Then moving on to our last and final step, this is step number 4, the top coat. Applying a thin layer all over the nail, and again trying to be careful not to get it on the skin. I will let this dry for about a minute and go in a second time, and again just apply a thin layer. Then I will let it dry for about 3 minutes and it is all set. I'll repeat the same steps on my right hand. And it does take a little bit of practice. I'm still not perfect, but it saved me so much money to do this at home, and it really isn't that hard. It just takes a couple times of practice. I think the color turned out really pretty, and sorry the lighting isn't great. I was doing this at night, but I hope you enjoyed this video. If it was helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you next time.